I am not going to tell you the name of the famous person I'm about to talk about. I don't want you to think I'm building towards a reveal. It's going to be very unsatisfying. A story that's not even a story. I don't even know why I'm telling you about it. Maybe I don't. Well, now I started talking, so I'm going to. I was like, oh, that's something I could talk about in the morning when this happened. It's like we'll go to this restaurant and we're gonna sit outside, but we walk past the tables outside. I see the famous person, and I almost say to the host, don't sit us next to the famous person, because he was making eye contact with me, like almost like looking for acknowledgement as I was walking by him. But then we get seated right next to him and the woman he's with, and he's talking a little louder. You could tell the way he's interacting with the waiter, and even people walking by. He's saying hello to the people walking by. He's really looking to be acknowledged. At one point, he said his name to the woman he's with, like kind of loudly, just in case anybody had any doubt. Is that who I think it is? It's like, yeah, he said his name. That's who he is. And he didn't do anything like insane or anything like that. It was just needy behavior. And the problem with me even telling you this, that it's only funny if I tell you who the guy is. And now I want to tell you, but I'm not gonna, because it's kind of mean. But know that if you knew who the guy was, you'd be like, oh, that's funny. That I didn't want to sit next to him, and then he's being kind of overly, he's trying to get me and Jacqueline to talk to him. Fame is a prison. Some people get out of that prison, and then they want back in, like Brooks at the end of Shawshank Redemption. He's like in prison, and he thinks he wants to get out, and then he's working in the supermarket. And he's like, this kind of sucks. Then he hangs himself, which nobody should do. Of course not. Come on now. Don't even think about that. Let's get to the news. I'm sorry, that was a non-story. That was not good. Shouldn't even talk to you about it, but I did, and can't undo it now. Struggling Pizza Hut chain will be sold for $2.7 billion. That's got to be private equity buying that up, and then somehow makes it worse. Pizza Hut's going to get worse. Thought it was. I haven't had Pizza Hut in forever. Maybe it's great, but whatever it is now, it is going to be not as good. And they'll just close a bunch of them and sell the ovens off, or whatever it is they do to, like, oh, we borrowed money from ourselves, but somehow we get to keep it and bankrupt the company, and eventually there's no more Pizza Hut, and that's capitalism. It's capitalism working. People who make a lot of money with having the job of making sure other people don't have jobs. It's complicated. You wouldn't understand, but it's good. You see, you think it's bad because you're not as smart as the people, of course, who are in private equity. 5 women injured in New Jersey after people on moped throw acid on them. What the fuck? Why would you? How come you can buy acid? Is there like practical applications for like people to go in the store? Let me get some hydrochloric acid, other than to dispose of a body, like in the first season of Breaking Bad. There probably is some sort of practical application for hydrochloric acid that I don't know about because I've never bought it. It just sounds like something kind of dangerous to be able to just go get. I don't even know that you can just go get it. And that's not the point. Hopefully these women aren't too injured, and they catch these moped fucks. They're on a moped. It shouldn't be that hard to catch them. I mean, even any kind of car. A Kia Forte could outrun a moped. So they should be able to catch these guys. California Governor Gavin Newsom says Department of Justice is investigating him, his wife. The Department of Justice has been very hard at work. These investigations, they got to the bottom of this seashell business. Those seashells that I'm not even going to say the numbers that were put on Instagram, the obvious threat, these seashells. And there's the lawn that also had those numbers. They're investigating that. And now they're looking into Gavin Newsom. And, well, actually, Gavin Newsom, there probably is something to find. He does seem to be up to something. But the way they weaponize the Department of Justice, even if they find something, it won't look like any. I'm not like some big Gavin Newsom guy. I'm not like, how dare you investigate Gavin Newsom even. I like him better than any Republican. But I don't want President Gavin Newsom either. And this is good publicity for him. He should be happy he's being investigated. NYPD, Florida man charged in connection with cab destruction amid Knicks revelry. Yeah, that was fucked up. The way the guy's taxi got, like, destroyed in the celebration. I don't understand that. Most people don't. I understand the climbing I mean, I can't climb up the light pole, but if I could, I would have climbed the light. If I could climb a light pole and I was in New York City, well, I would climb them every day. But definitely in that situation, I would. And all the celebration looks so great. Everybody's singing Empire State of Mind and, dancing and blocking traffic and climbing up stuff. And it is a fun time. And then there was like a school bus that got fucking destroyed for some reason, and this guy's cab. And nobody, like, understands that except for the people doing it. And it's enough for it to be like, oh, look, New York is fucking, these New York fans are assholes. And, well, this guy's from Florida. That's why they're making it a headline, because the NYPD loves the Knicks. So they want to be, actually, there's a guy from Florida, which is where a lot of these cops are going to move to eventually. But right now, as Knicks fans, they get to blame a guy from Florida, which I'm happy to do. Starbucks Korea to temporarily shut all stores for history lesson after bungled coffee promotion. I don't know anything about that story, but if I worked at Starbucks and they said, no work today, you still get paid, and you don't have to make any coffee or talk to people, and you got to sit through this history lesson that you just got to sit there, and you can think whatever, you can kind of zone out, and there's probably a test at the end that's like the easiest test. When I worked in an office, we'd have these presentations every once in a while. Someone would come in from an outside thing and talk at us, and I can't even remember what some of the topics were. Sometimes it was profession related. Sometimes it might have been an HR thing, but it was the closest thing I got in work as to an assembly in school of like, nobody expects any work from me. All I got to do is sit here and look like I'm paying attention. So this will be fun for the Starbucks Korea employees. They get to have a history lesson about something, because somebody did something wrong in a coffee promotion, which they didn't have anything to do with. It's like the promotion people should, but why argue? You get to not work today. SpaceX buys AI coding startup Cursor for $60 billion. Sounds great. I'm sure they're doing it. If it's SpaceX, they're doing it right. I need to pivot this podcast into an AI company. And you guys can all be involved. Everybody listening. We can all make this to an AI company. We'll get acquired. We don't have to even do anything. Just we'll change it to Overslept AI. I say, oh, we're really innovating. We're doing something. And so, we'll get bought for something. I mean, over like a few, like maybe $2 billion, right? And we split it up. I mean, I'm going to get a little bit more because it's my idea, all right? But everybody will make some money. That's. Did I come up with that idea already to pivot this podcast to an AI company? I might have proposed that before. Still a good idea. Mississippi police officer shoots and kills 1-year-old child in response to Senatobia shoplifting call. It doesn't seem like you need to shoot anybody in a shoplifting incident. Like, the worst thing, the person gets away with whatever they're shoplifting. There's cameras. You find the person later. The cop who did this needs to go to jail. I'm not confident that that's what's going to happen, but it should. It could. Maybe it'll happen. Sometimes justice does prevail. Sometimes. Russian frigate, I don't know what that is. Russian frigate fires warning shots at British yacht in Channel. So you got the Russian frigate, some kind of Russian authority, and British people on a yacht. So I'm not rooting for anybody here. I don't want anything bad to happen to the yacht people. I don't know who they are. I don't want anything bad to happen to them. But a warning shot sounds fine. So look out. You've been warned. Okay, there's a lawnmower like right outside my window now. So I was gonna do I'll do one last story, but you're gonna hear a lawnmower. A Russian artist and critic of Putin shot dead in eastern Poland. I'm not going to say anything about Putin now that I know that that's a thing that's happening. No, I don't like Putin, and I will criticize him, but I probably won't go to Poland.